and that was quite a hard thing to get used to. I wouldn't say I'm 100% comfortable in that position now, but I will do it, and I'll push myself a bit, especially in competition.
Let me tell you now, it should be the people being afraid of you, especially since you can lift up 550 kilograms. I mean, if people could see how heavy that is. I watched a video of a 550 kilogram pumpkin being dropped onto a van, right? Before it's and oh my God, it does some damage. It's how in God's earth you lifted that. And now you're going for 600.
Yeah, well, why not? You might as well set yourself challenges.
Do you think you're going to do it?
Yeah. I wouldn't take it on if I didn't truthfully believe what I could do it. It's not going to be an easy lift. It's going to take a lot of time and a lot of training, but I've given myself 2 years to complete the lift. So I think I've given myself more than enough time to get the job done.
Now there was rumor when Hathor Bjornsson did his 501 kilogram deadlift. There was rumor that he had already completed the lift. You know, that he did it in his personal gym beforehand, and that's how he was so confident in doing so. So have you, and you don't have to answer this, you can sort of just give me a little look if you have. Have you got near the 600? Have you gone higher than 550?
Yeah. No. Sorry, I haven't gone higher than 550 yet. 550 is my max at the moment.
Okay.
But going into a competition, you kind of do check weights, so you go pretty close to the mark. You know, if I'm in there and I'm doing 530 and it's not going up, I know this ain't going to happen. So there's no way I'm going to do an extra 20 kilos in a few days. So it's important to do those check weights for confidence. And to get that check weight in and then to go out there, you're kind of telling yourself, you know, what's 20 kilos? It's nothing.
By the way, it was very, very cool seeing Eddie Hall referee your lift. By the way, that was I was looking at it thinking, damn, that's quite cool. Yeah.
So the first time I broke the deadlift record was the year before, and I did 501 kilos. So I just got one over what Eddie did, and he was actually there and watched that one. And yeah, he came over and spoke to me, and we got chatting and stuff. He's a really nice guy. And he was out this year, and I said, well, you know, what would be cool if we could get you down and ref it. You know, at the end of the day, we would be the only two people that's ever lifted 500 plus.
Yeah.
I did go backstage this year after completing the 550, and I went, Thor, what's happening, mate? Because originally we thought he was going to go for the 501 at the Arnold's, but again, that's in the middle of competition, so I think he took a step back because he's concentrating on the competition. And I said, you know, like, come on, mate, you're falling behind now, mate.
Would you can I get your predictions for the very you're smiling, you know what I'm gonna say.
Of course I do. Everyone's been asking me.
Can I get your predictions for the? Let me just tell the audience, because they might not know. They might not have the so Eddie Hall and Hathor Bjornsson, two of the biggest, strongest men in the world, are going to be fighting it out. Sort of two titans of the strongman world are going to be in a boxing fight. And I've seen Eddie Hall cutting down. He's ridiculously shredded at the minute. Hathor doesn't seem as shredded. I know he's training. So what are your predictions for the Eddie Hall versus Hathor Bjornsson boxing match?
So I've got no favoritism. I want to point that out to start with. You know,
are you sure, dude?
they're both really nice guys. When you get speaking to them and get past all the you know, the face value stuff, they're both really down to earth guys. I personally believe that Eddie's going to have the upper hand on this one because of fitness wise. Thor going into the 501 was extremely heavy. He was extremely slow, and for him to cut down enough, I think it's going to be a bit too much. been a year for him to cut down to what he needs to get the stamina. Having said that, I don't think it's going to be the best fight in the world you're ever going to see.
No, that's what I've been thinking. They're just too big and heavy for it to be a sort of Anthony Joshua style boxing fight, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, I did boxing for the military, and I weighed 83.
What was that like? Let's put Eddie Hall and Hathor down for a second. What was boxing for the military like? Wow, that sounds way more tough.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I've got to be honest, I wasn't the best at it. I'm not going to lie. I had to cut too much, which then cut my chin away a bit. So, but yeah, it got me out of work for a few years.
Yeah. Any injuries? Any broken noses? And
well, you only have to look at that conker to see that it's been broken a few times.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, it was a good experience for me, and it gives me a better insight into boxing.
Mm. So you think Eddie has the upper hand here?
I think fitness and speed wise, Eddie's there. Don't get me wrong. I think if Thor can get a big haymaker off, that it's going to do its damage. But
he has the reach advantage for sure.
Yeah, definitely, and the height and all that. But fitness wise, I would be putting my money on Eddie at the moment, and just Eddie's whole determination in winning. And you know, flipping his finger to the world and saying, "I told you I'd do that."
Yeah, he has that sort of similar discipline I see with you and your lifting and training and so on. Yeah.